Okay, hi guys. This is my first time doing one of these videos. It's pretty early for me-ish, I guess. My kids are really nice and they like to sleep till about 8:30, 9 o'clock. Don't mind the dog in the background. They'd bark if I didn't let them be in here with me. So I am going to try to be really real and raw and, this is me, like my hair, it does not always look like this when I wake up. I only have a tinted moisturizer on, like I'm gonna try, no filters, just something that I've been working on for me, for self-love, I guess, would be the best way to put it. Not trying to sound basic or anything like that, but it's real, people kind of laugh and scoff at the idea of, oh, love you and, take care of yourself. But that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. Yes, I am Arbonne consultant, and yes, I will talk about Arbonne. Chief, stop. But I do want to make sure that people understand that for me, I wasn't a believer in basically any like product selling. Like I just felt like, oh, it's just, a scheme. People are going to make this money off of me and then they'll want me to make this money and, whatever. Yeah, of course, people should make some money off of, knowing their stuff about stuff, like get the details, help educate people. Like, if you want to do it, do it. If you don't. But my goal is to kind of let you in on my story and kind of not overflow on information, but educate you on the products that have helped me so far. And I have not reached the end of my journey, okay? Like, I'm still ups, downs. I mean, life's like real life for me. Like, I'm not a Disney princess. I don't wake up singing early in a happy mood every day, So, and in fact, this was supposed to be done last night because I had a lot of thoughts on my mind about stuff that I figured out yesterday, and life happens, and I got 3 under 3. So husband had something to do in the garage to help us with our organization, and so I had the girls, and I just didn't really have the energy at the end of it. I wanted to give you guys the best of me. So here we go though. What I wanted to talk about today is kind of mental health issues to an extent, but how they actually tie into taking care of you. And I'm not, anything I'm saying right now, like I am not licensed. So please know, like, if you're going through stuff, talk to a professional. Like, definitely you can talk to me. You can talk to, any of the Arbonne girls. Like, they've been amazing for me to talk to, even when I wasn't buying product. And just know that, like, don't take things way too seriously with me, but always feel free to talk to me. So with that said, what I wanted to talk about was, for me, this last year, I had a lot of lows, and working on how much I want to like really open up here, but basically there were points of my life where I was so exhausted that I was just doing the bare minimum, like just miserable basically every day, just trying to get up and do what I had to do. I got 3 little ones that they're my world, and if I felt like I didn't give them the world that day, I really felt like a failure. And that's not a good way to feel, and then still be in a dark area, because I don't know who all has felt like, the dark, I don't know how to, I guess like I just call it like the dark place. But when you're in that and you find yourself beating yourself up about maybe today wasn't a good day, and tomorrow I'm probably going to be just as tired, and, you know, this is just going to keep going, and I feel stuck. And I will say, without having like medical research actually done, which I guess I should probably do, I would say something really aiding in me not coming out of those thoughts, like, I can't keep going, this really sucks, I wish someone would just come and help me, because I also suck at asking for help. I wish someone would come and help me, I really don't know what to do, maybe I'm not cut out for this, which now I would never think I'm not cut out for this, but again, don't take too seriously everything I'm saying. Like, there's literally gonna be stuff that I say that I'm just being honest, but it takes being honest to be able to reflect and to correct. You know, you got to start with the truth. So moving on, I feel like a lot of what aided it for me was that I drank a whole bunch of caffeine, and I would have, you know, it's bad to admit, but truth, I would drink like 2 up to 3 sometimes Monsters a day. I mean, if you worked with me at Whitehorse, you saw me drinking Monsters. Like, it was like a guaranteed, oh, Marissa's gonna have a Monster somewhere. Or consistently drinking the soda. Sorry, Toby, if I drank too much soda. But I really, like, it was like just such a habit for me. I mean, so having such a high caffeine issues, don't know what all anyone's learned about basic sugar intake, but sugar is like such a toxic substance. It is amazing, it tastes good, but for me, being 29 and 3 children and a lot of energy used during the day, the last thing I need to be relying on is a bunch of sugar, because sugar will take you up and then you crash. And when you crash, it's like a vicious cycle of, what else do I have that I can drink really fast? Or what can I eat that's gonna boost up my energy? But really, it's not. It's just setting you up for failure the next day, where you'll feel like you gotta have even more because you're making up for how tired you were the day before. And again, it's a vicious cycle. Like, you just keep going through it. Like, it's so sad, because I've had so many people tell me, stop drinking them. Well, the only thing that ever stopped me from drinking energy drinks before was my 3 children, which was 2 pregnancies, because in case you didn't know, I have an almost 3-year-old and a 1.5-year-old twins, all girls. So for me, both of my pregnancies, I immediately cut out, you know, I think I drank minimal soda, but I really tried to not have any if I could, and no energy drinks. Same with breastfeeding. I did that for 11 months with my first, and the twins I pumped because they were born at 33.5 weeks, so almost 34 weeks, and they just, you know, that's a whole nother topic. But either way, so I just wanted to let you guys know that, like, for me, you know, obviously that was like a huge reason too. But, you know, as you get older, you start to realize, hey, you know what? I feel really crappy. I don't get up. My body hurts in way more places than I thought. You know, all the times I thought older people were just being old people. Well, I'm an old person, I guess. I know there's older people scoffing at me saying that, but come on, I'm almost 30. So for me, that's a big deal. And I feel like, for me, I don't want to gross people out here. I had 2 C-sections as well. Emergency C-section with Madeline, and the twins, it was planned so that their type of pregnancy, that they made it out alive, basically. So having 2 C-sections in 2 years, my insides, you know, they kind of pull them out, put them back in, they get themselves figured out, I guess. And then on top of that, I had 2 babies pushing everything up, and no research. Nobody really talked to me about what could happen. They just make sure you kind of do the number 2 before you leave and all this stuff. So basically, without getting into too many gross details, about I'd say like 4 months after having the twins, I started having really bad crampage, and I would puke because it was so bad. It was so painful. It felt like I had a rib out, and I would just keep puking until eventually I felt better. And without even noticing, months down the road, I kept having it happen. And for me, it was like, what's happening? Man, I'm so out of shape. Like, I keep throwing out my rib. Like, I had no idea. I just thought, wow, I'm just getting older. Who knows? I made the mistake of not actually going to a doctor to see if, you know, I had any like actual issue. However, so again, this is me saying, like, don't take everything I'm saying as, oh, it's a cure-all for everything. Like, no, you should still go seek doctors and figure out what's your physical issues and mental issues if you feel like you need to talk to someone. So again, don't take me like 100%, but I do feel like I have some insight on things. So it would happen consistently, not consistently enough at first for me to be super concerned, but then, man, it hit me out of nowhere. Like, I couldn't move. I was like screaming from pain, crying. I mean, let's be real here, truth. I was like punching door frames because I was like so mad that I had 3 children I was trying to take care of, and I couldn't get through my pain. So I wasn't like mad at anyone but like myself and my body because I didn't understand what was happening. So remember that whole darkness I was talking about? Like, that didn't help it. You know, like, oh my gosh, I'm just so not taking care of myself that my body hates me, and now I have these health issues that are literally creating a point where I would go try to take care of Madeline, and I would be on her floor basically crying, trying not to puke, because it was like a weird combo of like pain, crying, puking, whatever. And so Patrick came home early from work, and I actually ended up going to the ER because it was just that bad. Not to be gross, but I just had a little bit of obstructions going on in there, and they were just basically telling me, like, you know, your intestines are not, you know, settled. There's probably some things you need to get checked out for it, but definitely cut back on, you know, energy drinks and better diet and stuff like that. So, I mean, that was the first time I've been told by an actual doctor saying, hey, your body is going to basically be like this, and you're going to start really feeling it, and potentially could have really, I guess, life-altering situations if you don't start figuring it out. Well, I don't know if this matches with anyone else, but for me, when you're still not all right up here and you're like, yeah, okay, that pain was really bad, and oh man, I went to the ER, that was really intense. But then the life that never stops, that was what was kind of making you feel like you needed to rely on that stuff. I'm not a cold turkey person unless I literally have life inside of me that is relying on me to stop something. So apparently at the time, my life didn't really matter as much as I thought. Being able to function every day for them was what I felt was more important, which the irony is I obviously didn't function when I didn't take care of myself. So to get to the point of it all, I approached the idea, I was thinking about, doing Thrive with my best friend, or doing, I had wonderful consultants like religiously helping out with information about Arbonne. Shoot, I want to say like a year or two. And when that happened, it was very educational, but I still wasn't ready to pick me. I'd look at it and be like, oh, it costs too much. There's no way. Like, oh, I can just drink a protein shake, which there's so much stuff in regular proteins. Like, please, if you're not going to use Arbonne, if you have your other programs, read what's in them. My best friend, I'm so lucky for her. Like, she looked into stuff and found out what was really in the ingredients and was like, don't do it. Don't use that. Don't, read what's in your stuff, because some of it could actually make you gain more weight, can actually be chemicals that you don't want in your body. All that. And that's what I love about Arbonne is it's plant-based, it's vegan. Like, there's so much. And no, I'm not vegan. I love me some bloody steaks. I love chicken. I love, everything, everything that's not vegan. But if I'm going to put something in my body that I'm wanting to help fix my body with, like, I'm being intentional for it, I'm going to want to make sure it's got, all natural stuff. Like, I wanted to make sure it's helping me, or else I'm literally paying to hurt myself. So anyways, I finally decided to go with my friend Kim on signing up to be a consultant, and I ended up getting my first 30-day cleanse. So if this says anything, I don't even know if I could tell you at this moment when I started that, but when I bought that, it's supposed to be 30 days, right? It lasted me months because I still wasn't ready. I still wasn't ready to pick me, it was just, couldn't get out of it. I couldn't decide like I was worth it. And so I just feel like I ended up, oh yeah, today I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the shake. I'm going to do the greens, and I'm going to be real with you. It is kind of like, thinking about it right now, it's kind of sad that like it was so hard for me to accept healthy stuff. Like, oh man, these greens, like, they're so hard to drink, when really it's like, it's your fruits and vegetables. Like, it shouldn't be that hard. However, I found a way I like to drink it. And it's just, it's, you got to take the time for you to work on breaking the habits. So that was kind of more Arbonne than I really planned to talk about today. That's something you're going to learn about me. I will probably start to try to make little post-its for like talking sessions so that I don't go on and on. But it was really hard for me not to talk about like kind of how it's helped me. And the basicness of it is, I don't buy energy drinks. If I have, since I started Arbonne, it was sort of like a treat at the time mentally. Like, oh yeah, I really like Red Bulls, so I'm gonna get a little one. And even then, like, it's not worth it. I'm not perfect. I don't literally have every single day down pat yet. I would like to get to that point, and that's why this is called a journey, is I'm still working on it. I'm still, processing and getting to that point, which is why I want to be real with people, and why I hope someone, even if you're not ready to sign up, even if you don't even want to sign up, if you just want to talk to me about your journey and ask me questions, or just tell me about how maybe you have your own lifestyle change you're trying to do, and just the frustrations of it or the positives of it, and just need someone to keep you accountable. That's one thing I will say, like, Kim, like, thank you so much. I know I've said it to you before, but that girl, like, helped me sign up and then, like, never stopped asking me. And I hope I don't regret saying this. There was a moment, because I was still in my dark thoughts and I wasn't, like, I don't know, I guess awake. I felt like for a second I was like, man, like, I thought like Kim was gonna just kind of like tell me everything I need to do. Well, she did. I just wasn't ready to do it. And so I thought, oh, I mean, like, basically, like, oh, Kim, like, come make it and make me just do Arbonne. And no, it was me. It was me not accepting the steps and me putting up a front about why I wasn't choosing to do it yet. So sorry, Kim. I'm not trying to throw you under the bus, because what really she did was she kept checking in with me and she kept saying, are we ready? Are we ready to take the steps? Are you ready to give it your all? And I'd be like, oh yeah, you know, and I'd like spout out all these excuses and reasons because mentally I wasn't in a good place still. And I don't know, I think it just kind of like, she just kept checking in. She'd let me talk to her about, you know, relationship issues, feeling stressed out. She's a new mom too. So like, I still call myself a new mom. Still learning a bunch of new things every day. And so for her and I'd have that similarity, you know, we were able to talk. And to be real, she and I went to middle school together, and I don't even know if we really even talked in middle school, to be honest. Would not have thought, you know, that I would think so closely of her now, and I feel really lucky that I have that chance, that we've gotten so close about, you know, situations and bonded. And that's the crazy thing about Arbonne, like, it's brought a lot of people together that I think probably would have never thought about it. So Kim kept on and she checked in with me, and even if I was having a really bad day, there was a few times she checked in with me, and she's always made sure to make me feel like she's there. You know, she's offered things and I'm like, oh, no. And she didn't have to, you know? And I just think like that's what's special about, you know, Arbonne, or in general of me trying to offer to someone, like, if you just want to talk, just talk to me, you know? It's not easy to accept things that might be wrong with you. It's not easy to accept changes that, for my instance, I've developed probably for like the last 19 years of my life, of poor choices of eating habits and drinking habits of soda and whatnot. And so having people be there for you is like way more impactful than you'll actually feel in the beginning. Kim is still standing here encouraging me and telling me, you know, how proud she is. And people might not realize it, but like hearing how proud someone is of you for changes you've made, just one little like affirmation for someone could be huge. And I'd like to be that for, you know, people, because the whole reason I started this video is I'm so tired. I'm going to try not to get emotional. I'm so tired of losing people. And it doesn't even have to, okay, I'm not doing good at not getting emotional. It doesn't even have to be someone I'm close with, but I have seen so many people on Facebook posting about losing someone this year. And this necklace is my brother-in-law's fingerprint, because we lost him in August. And I don't want people to necessarily talk about, you know, is it suicide? How did they die? Because the point is someone died. And I think, you know, 2020 is a heavy year. And so I feel like, if anything, now, whatever way you do it, however you do it, whether it's Arbonne, whether it's therapy, go and work out, you know, listen to some music, Go talk to a doctor, like whatever method you want to do, or just talking to somebody, like a friend, a stranger. Sometimes talking to a stranger is great. You don't have to necessarily be 100% open, you know, work on that bond if you feel like, and just know like it is so much more important to talk to somebody than to watch them struggle and to find out that like a few months later they're gone, and to feel like you could have been there for them. Just do something for you, you know? Like I know, like for me, I have my 3 girls, and so like for me, I would never imagine doing that to them for their sakes. But sometimes there's a point for people where they can't see beyond the pain and they can't move forward to the next day. Or, you know, not to go into a topic that it's so hard to talk about, but like there are people that are out there using drugs because they couldn't defeat their demons of addiction or mental health issues or things like that. And I'm sorry if you are watching this and you use drugs, be careful. There's fentanyl being put in a lot of things, and there are people being lost that didn't want to be gone. They just wanted to get out of their head for a minute, and it's costing them their lives. And if they would have maybe worked towards a healthier lifestyle and hopefully like I've talked to someone, maybe it would have helped. I mean, I obviously, again, don't take everything I'm saying too seriously. Just know that like there's ways to try, and a support system is huge. So I mean, when I started consulting, I wasn't selling stuff. That's not, I mean, yes, it's a goal of mine. Like, I would love to be able to know I'm helping other people change physically and mentally. And I want to help people change their view on life. But even if that means just to talk to someone and not necessarily sell them a product, that's my goal. So, I think I should probably wrap it up. It's getting really long. I don't know if anyone actually watched all the way through. If you did, I'm really grateful for you. If you didn't, it's fine. This is also kind of like, what is it, vlogging? So this is a new thing for me, and I plan to keep doing it. It felt pretty good to talk about things. Please know, I will not cry every video. I will not cry. I will not be too serious every video. You know, I want to share in on just life. You know, I actually I love watching my friends' videos where they talk about their stuff, because that's one way to bond with people. But, you know, people I really like to watch are like Laura Clary and Tiffany Jenkins, and like Tiffany, man, she's like she's like my soulmate. My what is it? Whatever. I'm like her a lot, where I don't want to put on makeup every day and like not look like me, because man, that's why I love watching her. She's so raw. Like, she's just honest, and you know, she doesn't look the best. Like, I'm telling you, my hair, this is just luck. It does not usually, I mean, it still doesn't even look that great. So